Hey boomers. Hey-o, ever wanted to stick it to the man? This is the Boomer Island Podcast. Welcome ashore, friends. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I do appreciate you, and I hope this finds you healthy and happy. All right. Last episode, I came down hard on the train wreck that is our Social Security Administration. And I also pointed out how Congress is in way over their heads to create any solutions. And to further illustrate the inability of our Congress to stay up with our changing times, let me point out that the most recent significant amendment to Social Security was the Social Security Act of, guess what year? Ding. If you guessed 1983, you would be right. That is correct, sir. 1983. And with my extensive basic math skills, I extrapolate that to be in 41 years. 41 years and counting. So let's take a trip down memory lane, boomers, to the year 1983. Hey, Eddie Murphy was the biggest star in Hollywood. Return of the Jedi was the biggest movie. John Riggins of the Washington Redskins was the MVP of Super Bowl 17 as they defeated the Miami Dolphins. Carl Ripken Jr. was the American League MVP and led the Baltimore Orioles to a World Series victory. Larry Bird won the NBA's Most Valuable Player Award. And Michael Jackson, dominated the music charts with Thriller. The most popular TV shows were MASH and Dallas. The average price of a house in the United States in 1983 was approximately $82,600. Apple came out with the Apple Lisa, which ended up being a failure for them, and it was one of the first personal computers with a graphical user interface. 83 was when it was released. And for all we know, the Social Security Administration is using it. The virus causing AIDS was identified. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 1,258 at the end of 1983. And of course, Ronald Reagan, that's right, Nancy, was president, yeah. And Congress passed the Social Security Act to ensure the program's solvency. It allowed for gradually raising the retirement age and increasing payroll taxes. 41 years later, it's the same old story, same old song and dance, my friend. So I'm advocating for phasing out that old dinosaur that is the Social Security Administration and establishing a whole new system. Phase in a new system, but unfortunately for us boomers, we'll never live to see that in our lifetime. But I have a plan of action to test our legislators to see if they're capable of passing even one simple itty-bitty bill. One positive step in the right direction. It's called the Senior Citizens Tax Elimination Act. And it's a simple 2-page bill. Just Google H.R. 3206 bill. That stands for House of Representatives. That's where it was brought forth, like all bills are. H.R. 3206 bill. And read it. It's only 2 pages. And if you want to join me in my plan of action, this is what we want to do. We're going to draft emails. Send one to your local congressperson and then CC it to the Ways and Means Committee Chairman, Jason Smith. His email is jasonsmith@mail.house.gov. That's jasonsmith@mail.house.gov. And if you're not sure what to write, here's a simple template you can follow. Dear, insert congressperson's name here. It has been brought to my attention there is a bill, H.R. 3206 called the Senior Citizens Tax Elimination Act, and that was introduced in the House on May 11th, 2023. Seniors hate taxes and love to vote. Help us get H.R. 3206 voted into law, and you'll be the talk of Boomer Nation. Sincerely, your name, one of 62 million senior citizens. Now, whether you write your own email or follow the template, send in those emails. And if you get a reply that isn't a form letter, that would be impressive. But I think the real kicker to this deal is to fire off those emails continually, every day if you can. Just keep it in the hopper and, push send, but at least once a week. And I know that, it might not seem like much, but every journey needs a first step, and every little victory will lead to bigger and better things. Now, I also realize calling these politicians public servants is kind of a stretch, kind of a joke. So let's have some fun and see if we can rattle their cages. If we bombard the shit out of these employees of ours and remind them that they are there to work for us, to serve us, not their donors, special interest groups, or lobbyists, then maybe, just maybe, we can shake the tree enough to make a difference. I just thought if we could have one thing passed, one itty-bitty 2-page bill that actually would have a direct impact on providing senior citizens a little more cash. Am I hallucinating? Does this seem unreasonable? At the very least, you'll be part of the process. We'll be participating in our democracy that is thought to be under siege by so many of these times. Come on, boomers. We're 62 million strong. Let's flex our, somewhat sagging muscles and let them know we're keeping an eye on them. We're keeping an eye on those slippery little devils. Well, all righty then. That does it for today. Our song of the day is Elected by Alice Cooper. Crank it up. Crank it up, boomers. Listen to it loud and proud. And thanks for hanging out, boomers. Appreciate you, and as always, peace and love. See ya.